Pay yourself first. You've just received your salary, and the thrill of seeing those numbers in your bank account is at its peak. But then, the realities of life strike. Bills pending, groceries to buy, credit card debt. The temptation is great to settle everything immediately, to take care of obligations and then enjoy what remains. After all, it feels good to know everything is paid for, and the remaining money is truly ours. But you know what you should do? You must also pay yourself. You should start treating your savings account as a bill that you pay every month. I learned this from the famous billionaire Warren Buffett. Buffett is renowned for saying, "Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving." Before diving into expenses and settling all your bills, think of yourself. Treat your savings like the first bill to pay. And you know what you should do with that salary you pay yourself. Invest it. Invest at least 10% of your income each month. I know this might seem excessive, but I assure you, you will be grateful. Many people invest, and many others do not, often out of fear of risks. But Warren Buffett says that risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. The key is to be well informed. Do not delay investing, thinking you will have time later. To get started, you can watch the video on investment basics on our channel or do your own research. But investing is the key to ensuring a future of financial freedom. 2. Pay your debts after paying your bills. One of the first crucial steps is the repayment of your debts. No one really likes to settle their debts. It's often seen as a hindrance to our current desires, a shadow over our financial freedom. But make no mistake, repaying your debts is a true investment. Yes, an investment for yourself and your future. Every credit or loan is like a chain that holds you back. The longer you wait, the more interest accumulates, increasing the load you must bear. By repaying quickly, you significantly reduce the final cost of your debt. Think about it. Every dollar spent on interest is a dollar that you could have used elsewhere for your projects, your dreams, or even to treat yourself. Paying off debts is not just an obligation. It's a strategy for regaining financial freedom more quickly and building a serene future. By treating this step as a priority just after paying your bills, you offer yourself a future where your finances are truly at your service and not the other way around. 3. Save for emergencies. Saving for emergencies should not be confused with paying yourself. Paying yourself means setting aside money for investing towards a prosperous future or to fulfill your dreams. However, establishing an emergency fund addresses a completely different need. The emergency fund, as its name suggests, is exclusively dedicated to unforeseen situations, to financial surprises that can arise at any moment. Imagine suddenly losing your job or facing significant unplanned expenses due to a more severe situation. Without a financial reserve, how would you manage these situations? When starting to save for emergencies, it is crucial to define precisely what constitutes an emergency. A sudden desire for a luxury watch or a spontaneous trip to Venice is not an emergency. However, imagine if a sudden flood severely damages your home, or if you face unexpected legal fees. These scenarios represent real emergencies. Personally, I calculate how much I would need to cover my essential expenses in case of income loss. I take this amount and multiply it by 6 to 9 months, setting this sum as my goal to save. It's crucial to understand that the emergency fund is not there to make you rich. Its purpose is to serve as a shield, to protect your long-term savings and investments from the unexpected blows of life. In a world of uncertainty, having such a safety net is not only reassuring but also wise. 4. Make a budget. Before you start spending recklessly, you need to establish a budget to allow you to do so without squandering your entire salary. I know what you're thinking. Making a budget feels like not having enough. It seems restrictive. You probably think this because you don't know how to budget properly. And when you don't do it correctly, you can't allocate your income properly. If certain sections of your budget are not well assessed, you might come to hate the concept of budgeting. I used to feel this way. Just the mention of the word budget made me want to run away. For me, it felt like a chain around my wallet, preventing me from enjoying the fruits of my labor. But the reality is, a budget, when well designed, does not limit your financial freedom. it enhances it. A well-made budget gives you a clear view of your expenses, allows you to set your priorities, and helps you achieve your goals. Start by listing all your monthly expenses: rent, bills, food, entertainment. Once you have a clear picture of your expenses, define how much you want to save each month. Then evaluate each expense item and see where you could potentially make savings. Some items may need reduction, while others might need more funds. The fact that you earn $3,000 a month does not mean you should spend it all. I know it's tempting. It's a lot of hard-earned money, and after all, you'll receive another one next month, right? And if you spend it all now, no matter what, but don't do it. It's a trap. It's an endless cycle that keeps you living from paycheck to paycheck. A budget shows you how to properly allocate your resources. When you create a budget and stick to it, you know how to make your income work for you. Even better, you can spend without guilt. So make sure to create a budget as soon as you get paid, so you don't spend all that you have worked hard for at once. It doesn't tell you to stop spending, but it guides you to spend wisely. Even with a small salary, the secret to getting by and making savings lies in a well-defined budget. It's not so much about how much you earn, but about how you manage it. 5. Set aside a small sum for giving. This point may seem really strange, but it is essential to know how to give back. Generosity, much more than just an act of kindness, plays a crucial role in our financial growth. Allocating a dedicated sum for generosity in our budget not only strengthens our sense of responsibility towards others, but also shapes our perspective on money and its true value. Why is it so important? Because generosity reminds us that money itself is just a tool. It does not define our worth, but the way we use it can define our impact on the world. By incorporating generosity into our financial planning, we invest in our personal and emotional growth. This cultivates a spirit of abundance, reinforcing the idea that sharing our resources can be as beneficial as saving or investing them. For those of us who are Christians, this generosity can manifest itself in actively participating in our community's activities, whether through tithing, offerings, or supporting charitable projects. For others, believers or not, this can translate into donations to the needy or supporting causes that are close to our hearts. It is essential to define this sum dedicated to generosity in advance. By doing so, we ensure that our desire to help is integrated into our financial planning, thus avoiding impulsive donations that could disrupt our budget. This foresight ensures that our commitment to others is both thoughtful and sustainable. 6. Keep cash on hand. Cash is king. The importance of cash is not only in its intrinsic value, but also in the awareness it brings to our spending. Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger have understood the value of liquidity in seizing opportunities. But for us, mere mortals, cash plays an even more fundamental role in our daily lives. In today's world dominated by digital transactions, the importance of cash seems to fade. Yet, it holds a crucial advantage that often escapes us. Imagine yourself at the supermarket, your cart filled, heading to the checkout with a card. The payment is almost automatic, a gesture we make without really thinking. But with cash, it's a whole different story. Pulling out each bill and each coin from your wallet, physically seeing your money pass from your hands to the cashiers, the reality of what you are spending becomes tangible. If you had previously withdrawn a specific budget of $500 for your groceries, each dollar spent becomes a visual reminder of what remains. This creates an instant awareness, as seeing the thickness of your bundle of bills decrease is much more striking than simply tapping a pin. Paying in cash at the supermarket is an effective way to keep control of your spending and to ensure staying within the limits of your budget. It's a discipline that helps you think about each purchase and assess its real importance in your overall budget. And there you have it, my friends, the 6 crucial steps to implement as soon as you receive your salary. I look forward to your feedback and reactions in the comments below.